what's Missin Curfew? It's when you kind of play guilty, but you show up.
How nice is a green light on the road, though? No practice tomorrow, no plane, just go.
Scotty Upshall in the clear, and he scores! Right in front, scores!
A few laughs, a little bit of fun, and obviously a lot of hockey talk.
You're listening to Missin Curfew.
The lads.
Fella!
My man.
How we doing?
Great.
Little rainy weekend for the boys,
It was a sludge fest.
Well, it was good by me because once again, my history, it repeats itself. So we played Friday golf. Shout out to my boy Thomas J. Doherty. He says, you want to go for dinner? And I always give him a hard time about not going out for dinner, right? I'm like, fuck, we never go for dinner.
I know. I know this whole program, by the way.
But I was a little hesitant to go for dinner. And I'm like, well, you know what? I got to go. So we go to Quiet Woman. And then instead of just going home from Quiet Women, where do I go? I go to the Rothschilds. My car was in the Rothschilds parking lot till Monday morning at 9:30 a.m.
And you live a mile and a half away.
Man, I don't know. I think I might be allergic to like whiskey or something.
I don't know. To a 5 a.m.
No, this was like, I got home at like, wasn't that bad? I think I got home at 2.
Yeah, it probably is the whiskey.
I don't know what it is.
No, it's not perfect for our Crown Royal family, but it's maybe there's a different answer.
No,
maybe there's a different path.
I think it's something in the old fashioned, maybe.
Yeah, sugar.
Yeah,
sugar.
I don't think it's the whiskey.
Have you ever
Can't
thought
be
of,
the whiskey.
Back in your playing days, you were always on like the, vodka and sodas, right?
Yeah.
Ever thinking maybe just getting back into like something clear and simple? No,
I would go, if I was going to go anything, I would go Crown and Gingies.
Yeah, see, that's even more shit, Daddy.
Or you could go Crown on just, well, I mean, when I really get going, I just have whiskey on the rocks usually. But
I think
I was pounding old fashions.
This new drink I've been on, our boy Washi got me on it. We're calling it the Updog.
Yeah.
And it's reposado soda with the splash, just a splash of the ginger ale. It's nice. It gives a little sweetness, and you throw an orange slice.
Yeah, I've drank those with K-Wash at Riviera.
Yeah, it's not a bad drink. Not too sugary. It's not like if I drink transfusions on the golf course, I'm fucked.
Yeah, I'm
too
not a big
sugar.
transfusion guy either.
Too much sugar.
Anyways, that's why I don't go for dinner on Fridays night up dog, because I end up fucking hungover. But at least it was raining. I didn't miss anything. So
yeah, Izzy. So same here. I didn't do much, but because my daughter, I think, caught a little bit of the vid, and she was laid up. Poor girl. I never really had my daughter. Daughter's 3.5. She's never really been sick, and now these little monsters at school come. They get there and they're just full of whatever, and so I was dealing with just sick child weekend. But it was good when it was raining.
So me and Izzy were on the shelf for very different reasons. But hey, listen. One thing about being hung cheese on the couch for NFL divisional week is there's no shortage of sports. So when I was licking my wounds, at least I had, and we're gonna get into UFC. We had some playoff football. So where do you want to start? Pick a game. Listen, I'm gonna pump my own tires here. I went 4 for 4 and hit a parlay. So make that 5 for 5. I had a nice weekend.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
But I got to thank my boy Longer. We're on a group text with Chris Long. Shout out to Greenlight podcast. It's incredible. And I was on his over-under picks, which were great. I think the first one was what was the first game of Saturday? I watched it in my garage.
Ravens-Texans. I took the under. And boy, did that last field goal in the first half when he missed it. It just kept me alive. But I followed a little bit of his over/under picks. I thought Houston played a great game. I picked them in the second half. They were plus 6.5, and they got smoked. Baltimore actually learned how to play football and I guess Lamar went in there at halftime and said, let's get going here, gents.
Totally. I don't know, was it him or Harbaugh that
Lamar, he said his post-game press conference, he said, I got the boys going. And I guess he's a quiet leader. Yeah. So when he talks, the boys listen.
Yeah.
But I'm with you. I had Ravens money line minus 400 or something like that. And I had them in a money line parlay. I thought they looked rusty at the start.
Yeah.
I thought they just weren't bringing it. I thought the Texans D was unbelievable. I thought Stroud played good against that defense. And then they just turned it up.
Yeah.
They just turned it up a notch. And Lamar, I mean, good luck to the Chiefs. Steve Spagnuolo is his name. He's one of the best defensive coordinators in the NFL, and he loves to blitz. But, man, trying to get a game plan for Lamar, I mean, what do you do?
No,
it's like trying to stop McDavid.
He has that signature play, too, where he's running and he stops, and it's like slow motion. He's like the Matrix, and he just – and the guys all run past him. He pulled it off again this weekend. It was incredible. But, yeah, you're right. His running skills are –
are that of like some of the fastest wide receivers and running backs you've ever seen. And then his arm has been great. And you're right. That building, they get home ice or home field advantage. It seems like a tough building to go in and play. And who wants to go to Baltimore to play football? I mean, it's not perfect.
Ooh, the bank. The bank. You know, the bank's going to be cold and windy and loud. Yeah. Hey, speaking of Blitz, baby Blitz, you ever heard of this guy, Roll Tide Willie?
No.
You guys ever heard of this guy back there? Kyle, Max?
No, I don't think I have.
So
Roll
listen,
Tide Willie.
Portnoy loves this guy. This guy's an Alabama fan. I mean, he's the biggest redneck you've ever seen, and all he cares about is Alabama. Like, he drinks all day. I follow him on. I started following him on Instagram, and he texts me back. But his thing is like, I don't give a piss about anything but the Tide, and that's all. And his shirt's like Blitz, Bama, Blitz. And Portnoy's going to help him finish his house because he won $1 million on the Rose Bowl game. Yeah. But listen, if anyone's out there and you want a good follow of a good Southern boy, Roll Tide Willie. I don't give anything a piss about the Tide. He wears no shoes. He drinks all day. It's unbelievable. Listen, Updog, Niners, Packers.
What'd you think? A good game.
Again, had the money line.
I know.
Something stupid. I had them both ways, so I lost the one. No, I didn't take them both ways. I took them just money line. I thought I took them both ways, and I checked. I was like, I only got a money line here, which worked out for me. But I thought they looked rusty. I thought as soon as Deebo Samuel went out, their offense just, it's not quite the same.
It's different.
Yeah.
I mean, Purdy, that's obviously his number one target as a receiver, right? It's like, what is he like a? What kind of player is Deebo? Is he
he's a wide receiver, but I mean he plays in the slot. He can play running back.
A running back or a lineman.
Yeah,
but
he's a receiver, but he does everything.
I got some inside scoops on him. I think he's going to play.
Well, you teed me up because he unless that shoulder is going to completely fall off, you better play. Put a needle in there, shoot it up, and get out there and play.
No kidding.
What are you
Look
talking
how big
about?
He is. I mean, it must be some crazy. I'll find out, but it must be some crazy, like.
Unless they can
broken bone or it has to be something.
I think you could play the broken bone, can't you? Killer tried to play the broken leg in the Stanley Cup final.
Yeah, that's true.
When he went off and they were feeling his shoulder and he just went off and didn't even try to come back, I'm like, well, where's he going? Does he not know this is the playoffs?
Yeah, I agree.
There's
got to be something. Look at the size of the guy.
Listen, if you can't catch, if you can't go like this, that's fine. But just hand him the ball at least, right?
Yeah, I mean, the player knows. I mean, he seems like a guy that's going to play through stuff. But you're right. If he can't do something and it's going to put himself, like if he can't squeeze his hand, and it's going to be fumble city, that costs the whole. He might as well not be out there. I don't know. You're right.
I would have had him out there as a decoy at least.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there thinking, this guy's already in his tracksuit. I'd be like, fella, put your gear back on. No, I'll use you as a decoy. Yeah. Don't just throw him out of the complete playbook on the first play of the game. And another thing, like he's got 3 guys on his back. Like, and this is why I do love Deebo for this. Like, he's always trying to get extra yards, but when the third guy jumps on you, maybe just go down. Like, you're not going to get any further. Like, you got the third guy on you. Yeah. And he just took him down, and he fucking fell on it. But I don't know, man. They need him bad. And shout out to the Packers. They played unbelievable.
Packers a great team, man.
That Jordan Love slings it.
Yeah.
Slings it.
And Jones, what a fucking guy steps it up. I took McCaffrey to get over like 106 yards, but Jones was over 102, and that was the play.
So I tried to get Jones in fantasy. Loops got him, but since he came back with the last 3 weeks, he's been over 100 yards 5 weeks in a row now. He's been just running like a beast. Yeah. But listen, Jordan, they got another one in Jordan Love. I'm not going to say he's going to turn into Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre, but from that little sample size that I've seen, he can make those throws that only certain people can make.
Foot.
Yeah, like
that was. I mean, I really wanted to go down and make the game close. Like what were they down 8 with the last?
No, they were down. 24-21, fella. Touchdown wins it for him.
Yeah. Okay,
I was like, and the guy that intercepted at Greenway, he's running around with the ball. Like I'm like, go down. I'm yelling at my TV, go down. What are you doing, man?
Great, yeah.
Like, get down, bro.
That was a field goal game. And Love, I mean, he threw that one off his back foot. When he launched it, I'm like, oh God, this is going to be great. Like, usually a quarterback in that spot isn't throwing like questionable Hail Marys at them.
Yeah, I'm not going to compare myself to an NFL quarterback, but you know when you're feeling good in the game, you throw a little backhand sauce, you make that play. You throw another one, you make that play. You're like, fuck, I got this. Then all of a sudden you throw that third one, boom, knock it up, boom, back. You're like, oh fuck. You know what I mean? Like he's been making so many good throws.
I know.
That I think he saw the guy and was like, I can make this.
He was in his flow state, bro.
Yeah, but who was it? Who did that game? Was it the tight end Olsen? He said the number one rule for a quarterback is you don't throw across the field.
Yeah. No,
which
they're
makes
all
sense.
coming over. Yeah,
All the boys are coming over.
All the boys.
There was about 3 guys there that could have picked it. But I want to give some love to Brock Purdy. He was battling that glove. It's like a domer. Take that off. Right when you put it on, I'm like, get that off. You don't need that. That's not going to help anything out here. All right, get the domer off your hand. A little rainy. It was raining hard.
I know, yeah.
But, dude, I got to give him credit. He made some big throws. I thought that was a loser, man. I'm sitting there with a minus 500 on the money line going, you're such a loser. Why did you do this again? And he had an unbelievable drive to get it done.
I took the pack and the over teaser obs, and the first, I mean, it was 9-6 or it was 10-6 to go into the second half or something. It was low scoring. And of course, this is my luck. Every time I bet like an over-under, the game comes on, it's like Tony Romo or whoever, and they're like, oh, it's pouring rain out here today, or it's minus 45. I'm like, how come no one told me that before I put in my over bet? You know, and then
Someone tell you to check the weather, no?
Check the weather, no? And then so I'm like, okay, I'm on the outside looking in here already. And then, of course, but the second half, bro, there was points,
clip that,
points,
boys.
Points.
Clip that. He's like, why didn't somebody tell me it's raining? Hey, check the weather. I'm sorry.
Shit.
I don't know, man. I mean, listen, the Lions. Let's go Lions, Bucks. What an atmosphere there, dude.
I know.
Those fans are.
Yeah. Love the coach.
Hey, average price for a ticket there, $1,100. Average price for that game.
Wow.
1,100.
60, 70,000 people in there.
1,100.
That Ford Field looks crazy.
Crazy, man.
Big. It looks like the seats are like, a 7-iron away from the field. Like it's a fucking huge barn.
Massive. Baker Mayfield, I used to love this guy. I still do love him. He absolutely was slinging it. He's got his swag back. I can't wait to see what kind of contract he gets.
Yeah, he deserves something good, man. The guy's been through the fucking ringer.
What did Geno Smith get? 3 years, $100 million or something like that? Right? Geno Smith got a 3-year deal with the Seahawks. That's what Baker's going to get. 3 years, 100.
Yeah, they love him in Tampa, right?
He's not going to get like longer than that though. He's only had like one good year, right?
Yeah, and I mean, you know what it's like. That high you get when you go to a new team and you run like you kind of run with the mojo and stuff. It's whether you're going to back it up, you know.
Yeah. He deserves some kind of. He back up the Brinks truck. He deserves
Geno
something.
Smith didn't have a great year, did he?
No, but he had a good year last year and got 3 years, 100.
Yeah.
Last but not least, Chiefs and Bills. First of all, Bills Mafia. You guys are fucking beauties. Just throwing snowballs at everyone. Like, there's a couple times in the first half where the play was coming to the corner for a Chiefs receiver, and like a snowball would come. I'm like, these guys are beauties. But, dude, you got to feel for your boy Josh Allen, man.
I do. I was. I'll talk about it in Uppy's world, but I watched the fourth quarter from a hockey game, and I just could not believe that the game was back and forth so much, and it came down again to the last drive, and Josh Allen just couldn't really get to the promised land where he needs to get. He just can't do it. He's going to have nightmares of fucking 15 for the rest of his life. It's unfortunate because the guy deserves a big stage, man. How fun would it be to watch Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, or in the championship game, and then maybe perhaps in the Super Bowl? It's hard. It's hard to win. And playing Andy Reid and playing the Chiefs and running into them, they were shit all year. You had Mahomes as your quarterback. Guys couldn't catch balls. Guys were turning balls over. It was a shit show all year. And then, of course, it's playoff time, and you got Patty, cash money Mahomes, and here we go.
Shout out to Jason Kelsey. Guy's a fucking beauty.
Beauty.
Okay? Guy crushing blue lights, tarp off, jumping in and out of the crowd. Take that guy on my team any day of the week. I just think the Bills' defense was so banged up that even if they would have got by the Chiefs, I don't think they could have beat the Ravens. I think this is going to be a better matchup because of the Chiefs' defense. The Chiefs have not given up 30 points all year.
I know.
It's crazy. And we all know I got a little future bet. If the Ravens and Niners both win next week, I win $17K. I'm worried about the Chiefs, man. I just like Pachenko's running. You see that guy run? He's running like I can't even say it, but he's running hard.
Yeah,
he's running hard.
Running great.
He's running hard. Rashid Rice, who's turned into a number one receiver for them. Kelsey is finally starting to think about football and not Taylor Swift. I think he's back. I hate the heart though. Come on, man.
What was that?
That was to her.
Come on.
Who else
I thought he
was
was saying like he's going to break your heart to the Bills fans or something. Did he just do the heart?
Patty King used to do the break the heart.
And then he punched
it. Did he not
do any of that?
He went shush to the crowd, and then he went like that.
Oh my God.
Chime in back there if you guys disagree with this, but I thought it was to Taylor.
I saw it, but really?
It looked like it was to Taylor, unfortunately.
Did he throw the ball up to
I wish
her
it was
too?
to the fans.
That would have been a long throw.
No. I see him launch one up there. It was he's probably got a good arm on him.
He threw that in the crowd. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't think he. Hey, Taylor, catch, baby.
Maybe it was to his brother.
Hopefully
he
he hits her in the
No,
head.
it's definitely not to his beauty brother because he knows his brother's up there just getting licked. Yeah, he went like that. Embarrassing.
Oh, no.
Embarrassing.
Do you think he planned that, or was it spur of the moment?
I would think he planned it.
I don't think that's a. I did have him to win. It was plus 110. Kelsey touchdown, anytime touchdown. That was cash money.
Chiefs look good. So you know who I'm taking next week? I'm not going to hedge it. For those people out there that said I should hedge it, I ain't hedging it. Never hedge. I'm going down or I'm winning big. I got Ravens to beat the Chiefs, and I'm taking the Niners. I'm taking them both money line too. Right now the Chiefs is minus 180. The Niners is minus 300. So I'm either going to win big or I'm going to end up losing. Whatever. $5,000. Who you got, buddy? Who you like?
Listen, I'm going in. I think San Francisco right now, Debo Smith comes and plays.
Debo Samuel.
Sorry. Yeah. If he plays, the line right now is 7. I think if he plays, the line might go to 7.5. If he doesn't play, it's going to go down to 5. This is just my predictions. I'm doing a little reading.
Gotcha.
I think San Fran covers. And then, you know what? I'm going to take the Chiefs because they fucking smoked me all week. So I'm on the Chiefs. That line, what, right now is 3?
Something like that.
I think it's 3 or 3.5. I'm going to take the Chiefs at buy it up to 3.5.
Listen, I love Dan Campbell. I respect, but I'm hoping Jared Goff turns into that little like.
I know I'm pulling for Detroit. I just think San Fran.
Like I need it to be a little windy up there. I need it to be a little rainy again. I need it to be so Jared Goff is. Let's give him some tough conditions. You know, he's used to playing in a dome. Mm-hmm. Although he played unbelievable 2 years ago when he went into Green Bay at the last game, put Rodgers out. But what a day, Sunday. I'm going to be at the Wild Goose with the boys. I can't wait. It's going to be a nice day of football.
Is Sunday at the Goose? Yeah.
Sunday's
the Goose.
I just wanted to touch on this. Shout out to the city of Toronto, UFC 297, sold out barn, Scotiabank Arena. Now, there was some media stuff coming out of Toronto that we're not going to get into on this podcast, but
it's fantastic.
A lot of it was great. But Sean Strickland and DDP, what a main event, man. Love him, hate him, think he's a meathead. Sean Strickland was absolutely chucking. One of the best fights I've seen all year.
Yep.
5-round war, split decision. But my point I wanted to bring it up is Canada and UFC, man, that goes hand in hand. People up back home love it. Dana White loves going there. The Nelk boys were there. No, Drake, my man Drake. I just put my bet in for Strickland. And Evan Beauty Alert Knapp texts me and says, Drake just put $700K on Strickland. Historically, Drake's the biggest cooler going.
Yeah, he is, right?
Like
worse than me on like my bad days.
I mean, I think he gets more press than you do about it. Yeah. But once again,
he fires a little more.
Yeah.
I took over 1.5 rounds.
Smart.
Yeah, I didn't even know. I know, and they were both killers, right? You'd think and they stood up and fought the whole time.
But they both can take a punch too.
They both can take a punch.
And if you would say anything about Strickland is he doesn't have real knockout power.
No.
Like he's not going to one punch you. Although he almost did Izzy, but Izzy shook it off.
Fuck, he got headbutted too. He was running the table until the head.
Now, I think DDP has some knockout power, but he's a little bit.
He's got some weird looking legs on him.
He's a big South African,
isn't he?
Oh
He's got
man,
like these weird chicken legs though. Like they go out. I think it's from how many kicks. I don't know. He's jacked.
We got UFC coming to Honda Center. Volkanovski versus how do you say that guy's name? Tapera or something? I butchered that, but it's gonna be good. Can't wait.
That's President's Day weekend.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Last but not least, here in our little intro, Updog Sports Illustrated.
Oh,
how are you gonna take the swimsuit edition and look at those guys that used to tape it around their houses and shit? What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
It's gone, bro.
Ever since they had Loophole on the naked, it's been going downhill ever since.
No, that was ESPN.
Samantha Hoops.
That was ESPN, not.
Okay, whatever. ESPN, the mag, Sports Illustrated.
The only reason I know that is because he got me in the party because of that.
I know.
I
remember him walking into his beach house the one day, and he's up top, Buck Diddy, just tanning. No ginch on, no shorts, nothing. I'm like, buddy, what? He's like, I got the body issue next week. I'm like, yeah, I can't have any tan lines. I guess that.
Yeah, that's what it was. ESPN body issue.
Samantha Hoops, though. That
Now, to give me that was Sports Illustrated, right?
I'm sure she was in there.
She was in a back to back.
Yeah.
Well, we all remember Kate Upton.
Yeah.
Kate Upton.
Loved Kate Upton back in the day. I actually DM'd Kate Upton when I went
Cindy
to play
Crawford
when I
back
went
in
to
the
play
day,
the
right?
Rangers for the first time. I was that guy.
Really?
Slid in there, said, "Hey, you want to go to
She
the
liked
game?
athletes
You want to
and
go to the
she's-
game? Let me know. I'd love to get you tickets."
Yeah.
Crickets.
I mean, she had all those videos and stuff come out about
He's
her.
the baseball money. Once
Yeah.
you have the baseball money, she answers those DMs.
Yeah, Verlander.
Very natural.
I mean, listen, I think I'm a little upset Sports Illustrated
Do
is
you
going
think
to
they're
be gone.
done? Why doesn't
I think
Elon
they're
come in
they're
and buy it?
bankrupt.
Yeah, just someone X could put them under put them in the portfolio.
I'm sure that
You
will be
gotta have
talked
the
about.
swimsuit edition. Come back to what actually swimsuit edition's really meant for, right? Like,
You'd like to think.
Brazilian skin, like nice olive skin on nice beaches, showcasing some of the world's most beautiful women and nicest beaches in a men's sporting magazine.
Does it have to do?
It's kind of.
Does it have to do with like social media now that once I pick this phone up, I can see 400,000 girls in a bikini? I don't need to buy a Sports Illustrated, or
I don't know. Yeah, maybe they spend too much money flying around and doing these.
like how many
doing
people are going to
shoots.
buy the magazine anymore? You're not, right? Because you got your phone right here.
Yeah, I guess if you want to go take a crunch, it's nice to look at the magazine.
Yeah, it's nice. Keep it old school, eh?
Yeah.
Keep
Do
it
you
old
keep magazines in your?
No, I just usually have my phone in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I think you got to get back to having a couple mags in there.
Yeah, I don't think I have a magazine in my house.
What
to
about
be
like
honest
the
with you.
Hockey News? It's a good
Hockey
one.
News was a great magazine. I think it's still kicking.
Yeah, Hockey News is going. What about like the ones?
I used to be that guy. Anytime I used to fly, I used to grab like a GQ and
Yeah, Men's Health.
or Golf Digest and bring it on the plane. Like walk on thinking I was cool. I don't even fake that anymore. I just grab my iPad and put on a show. I'm such a poor reader. I don't even read magazines. I used to read at least magazines. Now I'm like right to a show.
You just read DMs and.
No, I got no DMs unless it's from Missin Curfew guys. But you guys are all beauties.
But
But
you're reading emails now. You're a business guy. But
business.
it's still nice to read. I read Beckham a chapter of Wayne Gretzky's book last night.
There you go.
Yeah, it's nice when you get into diving into the words.
Love it. Moment of silence to Sports Illustrated.
Yeah.
We'll be right back at Missin Curfew. Welcome back to Missin Curfew.
Nah, man.
Uppy's World. Party
Party
time.
time.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Fella, what's going
Is
on
it
in
funny
your
that
world?
we say that with such enthusiasm every time still? I think it's great.
We got a fellow tour coming up where Uppy's World's going to be attached to it, so I'm really looking forward to
Yeah, well,
that.
this is
That's
why
my kind.
This is why Uppy's World.
That's my
was-
kind of Uppy's World. Is a fellow tour with the
No,
Updog.
totally. I know. Listen, this is. Oh, I got Ty Gretzky calling me right now. Decline. Sorry about that. And check. My fellow tour. Here, redo.
Uppy's World. Pick it up. Yep.
So my Uppy's World this week, which is why we're going on the fellow tour coming up. I took my little guy Beckham to his first hockey game. Saw
Nice.
the Ducks Rangers. I had great seats thanks to Dennis Shannon. You've sat in those seats; they were great. By the way, the Honda Center is a shit show. Trying to get a fucking beer or food, terrible food, mind you. Beers. It took me like 20 minutes to grab a beer. It was all
Got to
Ranger.
get in the Impact Club, fella.
Yeah, totally. All Ranger fans.
Yeah.
The parking is a complete shit show. They're redoing the whole parking lot. It's a shit show getting in and out. Was it always been that bad getting in and out of the Honda Center?
I mean, shout out to my boy Loomis. When I go, I get a parking pass, and I'm usually in the Sprinter.
Yeah,
I've had great experiences this year, but I go down to that
I guess
Impact
you get
Club.
dropped off. I drove in. I had Beckham. It's me and my kid. I got to walk fucking, I got a parking pass, but I got to walk. I don't know. It took me 25 minutes to walk from my car to the fucking rink. I'm like, this is a joke.
Like Beckham should stay home.
No,
Watch
but
this.
like figure it out, owners of the Anaheim Ducks. Figure out the parking. Make it easier for guys to bring your kids to these games. It was a shit show. Anyway, I had great seats. Beckham we walked in. Ducks scored the second goal of the game late in the first period. I missed the whole first thanks to the parking situation. And then I had the over 1.5 goals for the first period. Just I
Nice.
wanted to sprinkle a little action. And
Yeah.
I knew I wasn't going to stay the whole game because I had my little guy. But he loved it. I was shocked to see how many kids are at a hockey game. I didn't really clue in, but I looked around.
You were
and
never
I-
looking at the crowd for kids, were
No,
you? Hey, you were
never.
never looking at the crowd for kids, were
No,
you?
and I guess it was a 5:30 game, so guys can bring. You can bring your kid there.
Staple
Kids.
game. Sunday nights,
Perfect.
5:30 for the Ducks.
Great time. It's a great time.
Used
for
to
a
be
game.
at Sharky's by 11 o'clock.
But no, I you get a little appreciation when you walk in with a little guy who's fired up. He's on the glass. He's banging on it, and then the guys come in the corner. By the way, shout out to Troch, who we're going to talk about in a second. Trocheck was I hit him up before the game, and basically said, "Hey, I'm in the corner. If you're around, fucking bang on the glass." So shout out to him for coming by saying hi. But it was good.
Beckham's first game, first row.
Yeah.
Luckily, he's not going to remember because he's too young, but that would be hard to bounce back from. Like, imagine you took him and he's like, Dad. And then you go to the game next time, you're like 10 rows up. He's like, what is this, Dad? This is brutal.
I know.
I think the first game Pitter took me to at Maple Leaf Gardens, I was either behind the net in the
badass.
Blues or I was up in the whatever they used to be, the Greens.
I was never in Maple Leaf Garden.
Yeah.
That's badass.
I remember my first baseball game my dad took me to. He tells the story. Dave Steves almost had a perfect game against the New York Yankees, and I had my glove. I was all excited, and we kept going up and up and up and up, and then we got to our seats. We were up, and I just handed my glove to my dad. I'm like, we ain't getting the ball up here, Pitter. I can tell you that. But Beckham, I love it.
Yeah, that's great.
I just when I see the way your kids are being brought up to the way that I was that we were brought up, it's completely different. Like, when was your first hockey game you went to?
It was a LA Kings versus Oilers. Gretzky played. I sat maybe 15 rows up behind Bill Ranford.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I vividly remember Gretzky coming back behind the net in his office. And I was probably maybe 12, 13.
Yeah.
So something I remember always, and something that you couldn't that's like watching. I mean, what is that watching? That's watching, Sidney Crosby get traded next year to like the Rangers and going to, Pittsburgh and watching him come back to play there. Like it's something pretty crazy that you can't really duplicate.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Speaking of Gretzky in his office, do you see the social clips Princey put up? I think it was last week of Gretz, no bucket after practice, just with Furzy. He's doing like wraparounds, and he kind of did the Michigan. He kind of did it. Wasn't in a game, but Gretzky did it back in the day.
I don't know if he wants to take credit for what all these kids are doing right now with the Michigans.
Well, I saw it there. So
yeah. No, I mean, listen, he was doing stuff behind that net that no one did back in the day. That was his spot.
Yeah.
Right.
Just back there working it.
Oh,
tongues out. Gratz 6 style. So, Updog, congratulations to that Beckham. First of many, fella. First of many. Around the National League, Updog, we got to start here. Big news. I didn't see this one coming. I don't know about you, but Patrick Waugh is now the head coach of the New York Islanders, and Lou Lamoriello said he was only going to make a coaching change if we could get Patty in there. Well, Patty came in the first practice. He's screaming and yelling and banging a stick and speaking half English and half French. But like you said, anytime a coach gets fired,
I know.
Bet the team. They won their first game the other night. What do you think about Patty Waugh coming in, fella?
Yeah, it's shout out to my boy Greg again, Vancouver. He's been on this and he hit it again. I like it. I think we had a chit chat last week with a couple friends of ours, Connolly and Avery, and we're talking about new blood in the league. Like, why keep recycling old coaches? And this, although Patty Waugh was in Denver, this is bringing in a new face, new to the league again, a guy that carries a massive amount of respect. And so far, we are witnessing a team that's going to play a different game. They're going to have some fire under their ass, and they're going to play different hockey. And hopefully they'll be a little bit more of an exciting team to watch because they've been kind of a sleeper for a long time.
I'll tell you what's going to change. Like, the Islanders have been taking it, right? We probably chirped them. A lot of people chirp the Islanders. They're boring. They're this, they're that. Well, with Patty Waugh at the helm, careful what you say.
Yeah. Because
he's not scared of a microphone. He's got the pedigree to say whatever he wants. He's got the fire to say whatever he wants. So for people out there that are going to, and I'll throw myself included here, when it comes to ripping the Islanders now,
yeah.
I not that Patty Waugh gives a fuck about Missin Curfew, but what I'm saying is careful.
Yeah.
Because Patty will come right back at you. I just remember the clip Princey put up. I forgot about this. I always wanted to play for Patty too, and then I got shipped out of town. But one of his first games where he's going after Bruce Boudreau, and he pushes the glass so hard that the glass actually starts going like this, and Boudreau is just sitting there and shitting his shorts. He's like, oh my God. I love coaches like that. Yeah. I think it's going to be a great fit, and it brings more credibility to the Islanders organization.
Totally.
So I think now, careful what you say.
I met Patty Waugh at Cafe Moderano, which you would know in Fort Lauderdale, and I went in to have dinner with Fact Daddy at the bar, which is a great bar.
The Fact Daddy.
And across from us was Patty Waugh, and fucking, he went over to say hi to him. I'm like, I got to come over too. And I sat, and Patty Waugh was like, you're not going out with this guy, are you? To me, saying to me about Fact Daddy. I'm like, are you kidding me? A night with Fact Daddy? Of course. He's like, oh no, he's a good guy. He's one of the best. You know.
Yeah.
But Patty Wall, I mean, the guy's fucking. He's a legend wherever he's gone. Even in Florida, people were like, oh my God, it's Patrick Wall. Like you're right. And heads up.
Yeah.
Heads up for other coaches. Like and you know, everyone knows in the hockey world right now that the eyes are on him. So look for him to do something crazy in the first. Wait till they get down 3 or 4-0 in a game, and then it's going to be just fucking fireworks. He's going to do something. It's going to be all over ESPN, and it's going to be like, this is what we need. Hockey needs this. Hockey needs more personality.
And I'm telling you, media out there, careful.
Heads up.
Careful what you say about the Islanders now, because Patty will come right at you. So I think it's a great move. And like you said, anytime Patty Waugh is back in the NHL, it's good for business.
Yep.
So I wonder how much money you had on the board.
Well, who'd they play the first game?
Dallas.
It was Dallas.
Beat him 3-2 in a shootout. Actually, in overtime, Bo Horvat, of all people, who I rip a lot.
Yeah.
Great play by Marty Barzell.
Yeah.
Zipped it up. Actually stripped it off of Dutchie. I'll take that, Dutchie. And Matty Barzell's a beauty. I've got to know him a little bit through Mac L. Zips it up. Horvat, boom. Corn dogs.
What number did Patty Waugh wear back then?
33.
33.
Yeah.
So I bet you put up
33,000.
I would love to say 33,000. That would get the boys fired up.
Yeah.
I'd say put up 3,300 for the trainers and then for the team.
Yeah, we got to get Cons to hang out with Patty Waugh now, right? I think Cons and Patty Waugh need a dinner together sooner than later.
Yeah. Yeah,
right?
Bring him in as the eye in the sky. Conley.
I just think him and Cons would have a good dinner together. Couple old fashions,
Talk about
wine
the real
flowing.
issues.
Yeah, it'd be good.
I
So,
agree.
back up the Brinks truck here. This is a serious one for everyone concerned. It's Cory Perry. He's going to 1 year, $775,000. It's not about the money for Pears. He's made over $100 million. Listen, we love Cory Perry. When it happened, me and Uppy were kind of not in a hurry to talk about it. We all know about the stupid rumors about Bedard's mom and this and that, which was complete chaos. But more importantly, Pears is one of our good friends. So obviously he's got the help that he needed. He's back. I saw his press conference. He's looking good. He just said he's been working on himself for the last couple months. And for people out there that, it's going to be easy to get on Pears and because of the way he's played his whole career. But if anyone out there doesn't think that they could improve themselves over 2 months, myself included, we can all make improvements. So it's a fresh, clean slate for him. I think it's a great spot for him to come in there. Edmonton takes guys that have a little, Kane, come on in. Pears, it's like, they're like, come on in, boys. We'll welcome you with open arms. But it was good to see him back. I've been trying to get him to come on this podcast, Updog. I'll be honest, he hasn't gotten back to me. So Pears, we love you here, buddy. We got your back, and it's good to see him back ups.
Yeah, I think everything you said is it's from the heart, Obes. You've known Pears your whole career, 20 years now. You've been to war with him. You've been to war against him. For me, I don't think the Oilers brought him in for what he's done in the past. I think they brought him in for what he can do in the future for them. I think he's a guy that is an intangible piece to winning hockey games when they matter in the playoffs. Yeah. And he's been there, whether he's going to score goals or whether he's going to be a guy that is just his presence is what the Edmonton Oilers can use in their dressing room. You look at it, there's not enough glue there. They have all the firepower in the world. Now it's like these pieces to winning games when they really matter. When you go up against the Las Vegas Golden Knights or the Colorado Avalanche or the Vancouver Canucks down the stretch, like a guy like Cory Perry is going to be able to, him and Evander Kane, they'll be in your face, and then it's a 1-2 punch that I think they really need. And Kenny Holland's all about second chances, and this is I think it's a great idea. It's a great idea, and it's a great move. And he's got 40 fucking games left in the season with this team. He had a great start. I'm happy for him, and I wish him the best. And I think he's going to look great in an Oilers jersey.
He's going to have some thick skin out there, though, right? Like there's going
to what other guys in the league.
You got to think guys are going to be coming at him. No,
I would laugh.
Oh, he's going to have to.
I know.
He's going to have to because the way he plays, and this is what I want to say about the whole situation too. I don't know exactly what went on in Chicago. I don't even fucking know.
Totally.
But, it sounded to me like he's I don't know if he went to rehab or whatever, but if he's not drinking anymore, and this, I'm being serious about this, Ups, like, will he still have the same edge? Like, will he still be the same Cory Perry that he's always been? Because if he doesn't continue to go to the greasy areas and get under people's skin and be a pest, I love you, Pears, but that's not what the Edmonton Oilers needs. They need Cory Perry. So my advice to him would be, have some thick skin. You're going to hear it from fans. You're going to hear it from opposition. If I didn't know Cory Perry and I was going to play against him, I would be all over him. I would be in his ear from the opening faceoff.
Yeah, but what are you even going to say?
Yeah, fucking drunk. What did you do in Chicago? They ran you out of town. I would be. What are you talking about? You forget when you played?
I would say they fucking sucked anyways.
Okay, well, I'm just going to say he's going to take some heat. No?
Yeah, but it's like we take heat all the time from everybody, all over the place. Cory Perry's been chirped for, hey, Perez, you're ugly. Like, who cares?
I don't think he's ugly, but
no. But I'm just saying it's what we do as hockey players. We chirp each other. We try to get personal. We try to, and at the end of the game, it's fucking. It's.
Oh, I got chirped my whole career. O'Brien, you're fat. You're drunk.
Now there's some guys out there, Obes, and I still don't understand what the fuck happened, but
I don't either.
So I'm not putting like a guy that has like a massive, say, drug problem, okay, on like the spectrum of chirping him about a drug problem. Like that, to me, you don't really go there in hockey. Like, you're like, guy went and got help. He fixed himself. Blah blah blah.
But your Flyers team were the biggest ruthless chirpers I've ever played against. Your Flyers team, biggest ruthless chirpers I've ever played against your team. I remember some of the stuff you guys said to the Canucks when you played against them. You were beyond everything.
Yeah,
but that's okay. Burroughs. It was a game. It was a game.
Kessler.
It's a game. I'm talking.
I know. When
it comes to playoff time, and this is so fresh in Pears' mind, I think. And like we said, we don't know what happened. And I don't know what he's going through personally. He hasn't texted me back. But I'm just saying, if you're in a 7-game series and you're on his team or you're playing against him, I would go to you, Uppy, get in Pears' ear all fucking night, and start making shit up. I heard this, Pears. I heard that.
Yeah, I would
just
laugh
to throw
at
him off his game.
I know. Yeah, that's true. I would laugh. I think Cory Perry is on a level different than us, Obi, obviously. And you know what I mean? And for him to play like the way he's played into his late 30s and to keep his body where it is and to play all these playoff games and to chase another cup, I mean, he's going to be able to handle the criticism.
I mean, you don't think fans are gonna get all over him? Everyone.
He doesn't have Twitter.
We said when Pears came to Toronto and scored that goal and pointed at us. Yeah. Now, granted, he's had some bad blood with the Leafs, but we texted him after, and he's like, we're like, everyone was against you. He's like, no, my dad was there, so one person was cheering for me. Yeah. I love Cory Perry more than anything. I grew up with Pears. I met him when he was 19 years old. Around the league, if you did a poll before this happened of how do you like Cory Perry, it would be very much no.
Yes, I agree.
So he's going to take a lot of criticism here. And I think, and I hope, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's new NHL and people will forgive him and not say anything about it. But I just don't see that happening when it comes to, especially come playoff time. So is he still going to have that same edge? Is he still going to be the worm? Is he going to get to the net? Is he going to cross-check? Is he going to chirp? Is he going to face wash? Because if he doesn't, he's not going to help the Oilers. And I think he will. Time will tell, but he's got to have that edge. He's got to have that edge.
I think it's – I mean, I love the fit. I think Connor Brown needs a guy to play with because he hasn't done much this year. And it's just they have so much – McDavid and Draisaitl and Hyman are playing fucking 25 minutes a game. So Pears doesn't have to do that much, but he will have to do it at that pace. They
got him for playoffs, yeah.
Totally.
He's got to get greasy.
I know.
Pears,
get greasy.
Stay greasy, fella. Listen, I'm taking them again tonight. They're going for 14 in a row. They're minus 380 Tuesday night against the Blue Jackets. I'm taking them. Do you still think the Oilers have a chance to win? Even before Pears came. They've won 13 straight. Are you putting any money on them to win? Because I'm not.
I missed the whole run. No,
we missed the run. I got a piece of it, but we've missed a lot of the run.
I've missed the run, and Obi, the D scare me, and it pisses me off every time I watch certain guys. It just, I love them. I want them to win. I want Draisaitl. I want McDavid to win, so they might perhaps stay there. Maybe, I don't know, but their D are just But the goaltending's been insane.
Yeah, Skinner's been kicking.
He's been kicking. Like watching the games, he's back. They need that.
Well, they're playing with better structure too under the new coach. They're playing with way better structure under the new coach.
Hey, are you guys superstitious too? Would you be a little worried being Perry suiting up, 13 wins in a row?
Yeah, I actually don't even know if they're going to put him in.
I don't know if he's playing tonight.
I bet
Hopefully
you
they lose, eh? And then he could suit up off a loss.
Well, if you're a guy like me that was in out of the lineup, yeah, you're only getting back in if there's a loss. But when you're a guy like Pears, no, it doesn't work that way for them. But I see what you're saying, Kyle. Hey, listen, I respect Pears. I love him. I'm glad to see him back in the league. I hope he's the same Cory Perry of old. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out.
Yeah, you're right.
We wish him the best.
Totally.
But I think he's going to have some thick skin at times out there, Pears. In one year, out the other, fella. Listen, best team in the NHL right now. We're all Canucks. My old squad, the Vancouver Canucks. Rick Tocchet. I mean, if you don't love this guy, listen, they're in the first place. He's already talking about, we got to get back to the way we were playing before. We can't get comfortable. You can't turn it on and off. Listen, I watched them play on Saturday night against the Leafs. Their back end, man. Look at this. Tyler Myers, 6'8". Zadorov, 6'6". Carson Soucy, 6'5". Ian Cole, 6'1", plays bigger than that. And then they got Filip Hronek and Quinn Hughes as their offensive guys. But that back end, come playoff time, bud, let's go.
Yeah.
That's how you win cups. Not that I'm saying, and I heard Bielsa say this on Hockey Night in Canada, like, these Vancouver Canucks fans, we got to limit expectations a little bit, right? Like if you would have gotten the wild card at the start of the year, like Juice said, they would have taken it. So I don't think it's like Stanley Cup or bust in Vancouver, but I do think this back end with this size in a 7-game series, Uppy, I like them.
No, you're right.
I like them.
Obi, it's all about D in the playoffs. It's all about, how they shut down guys, how you get goals from them, how do they produce, how do they stay positive players. Goaltending, Demko's been unbelievable. When you have Brock Besser having a career season, you have JT Miller having a career season, you have Pettersson having this is why the team is where they are, and this is why Tocchet's been able to put such a great product out on the ice, because these guys are all buzzing, they're all feeling it. And you're right. I don't know. I like their chances. When you watch them play, they play a game that not many people can keep up with. It's fucking high pace. It's like making plays, and I've never seen the Canucks play like this. Maybe back when they had Beret.
For all you mutants up there in Vancouver, that when I said JT Miller is better than Port Hovat, and you guys were just bombarding me on X and social, Brian, you're fucking drunk, you're fat, you're stupid. What do you think now, buddy? JT Miller, guy's a stud. Yeah. Any team in the NHL would love him. Getting rid of Horvat was the best thing to happen to that team.
Horvat. You don't even say his name, because
you know who I'm talking about,
totally,
right? You know
who
I'm talking about. But talks, keep them going up there. Listen, big news coming up for us. Once the Canucks get in the playoffs, me and the Updog got some big news for the city of Van, but we'll save that for the springtime. We'll be right back at Missin Curfew. Welcome back to Missin Curfew. Updog, get this guy a LaBat Blue.
Big fella, lots of things are better together. Hockey, food, golf, just about everything. But if you really want to take things to the next level, drink some LaBat Blue Lights with your friends and live life to the power of we. Always enjoy responsibly. Beer, LaBat USA, Buffalo, NY.
Updog, my man, who you got? You set the tone here. Give this guy LaBat Blue. Who you got?
Ooh, a guy I saw on the weekend, big fella, who just got put in the All-Star game as a replacement, and a well-deserved centerman for the New York Rangers, Vinny Trocheck. 15 goals, 29 apples, 44 points. He's having a career high. Career high in points right now, 75 in 17 and 18 with Florida. But he's playing well. And quite frankly, watching the New York Rangers play the other night, they were getting beat by the Ducks. They probably should have lost. But if they find their mojo back, Vinny Trocheck's a big reason why they are.
Yeah, they scored 5 straight against the Ducks. They were down 2-0.
So Vinny Trocheck, get this guy LaBat Blue Light, fella.
Troche, see you in Toronto, fella. Hey, Troche, we'll send you an invite to the Shaker.
Absolutely.
The invite looks great, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, Travis, he's a beauty. Get this guy a blue light. I'm staying back up north. My old team, the Vancouver Canucks, I was just talking about him. Hronek. Listen, he comes in, he gets to play with Quinn Hughes. Sneaky pickup by the Canucks at the deadline last year. They grabbed this guy. I was like, what the do you need this guy for? Well, good on you, Jim Rutherford. He's got 36 points in 46 games. He just plays so good with Hughes as a right shot. He's that right-handed defenseman that the Leafs could have used.
Yeah.
Right? Like Morgan Riley probably looks at him and be like, fuck, I would love to play with him. Him and Quinn Hughes have been unbelievable. Hronek, get this guy a blue light. And you mentioned Thatcher Demko. I'm sure Bruce Boudreau is sitting at home and doing his NHL network going like, where was this goaltending for me? You know what I mean? Like, I remember somebody asked me a couple years ago, or maybe it was last year when they were really struggling before Bo Horvat got traded. They're like, would you trade Thatcher Demko too? I said, what are you drinking? Or what are you smoking?
Yeah, I remember you talking about that.
Like, why would
the guy on radio on Vancouver radio, I think, brought it up.
I'm like, you got a legit number one goalie. He's having an off year. Listen, this guy's been unbelievable. I believe in his last whatever, I could be like 12-1 in his last 13 or something. Absolutely kicking. So Thatcher Demko, get down to Yelltown and get yourself a blue light, fella. You want to give Marcus Foligno one, fella?
Yeah, I can give
one.
Yeah,
give Marcus Foligno a blue light too. He comes right out of the penalty box and grabs this guy. Actually, let's do that again.
Yep.
We won't give Marcus Foligno one. So
Okay.
Who else you got?
Oops.
No. So we'll just I'll end it.
Okay.
Updog, get all those fellows the blue light, which tees us up right up into our Missin Curfew. Dog
of the week.
Dog of the week. Listen, I've been watching this kid for whatever he's been in the league 3 or 4 years. He was in San Jose. I think he might have been. Was he in Tampa? Doesn't matter. I remember him in San Jose. Jonah Gajovic. This guy last night went toe-to-toe with the big boy for the Nashville Predators. Trennan.
Buddy, what a tilt. And since you've highlighted this guy, man, watching his fights, he just chucks.
This guy loves it.
Yeah.
Loves it.
Incredible. Everyone needs a guy like that on the squad.
I love his game, and he's kind of scary to fight because he we watched him when he fought Marcus Foligno, and I love Marcus Foligno. And Marcus Foligno is 6'4", 6'3", big, strong, tough. And this kid, who's probably 6 foot, went toe-to-toe with him, hung in there. I love the way he plays. I love what the Florida Panthers are building right now. Last night I watched them play against the Preds. They had the old boys there, the dad's trip. Big Walt's got the cowboy hat on. They're drinking beers. I mean, I just love what they're building. And this kid's a big part of it. So, dog of the week, Jonah Gajovic. Guy's a beauty, Updog. I take him on my team.
Great name.
Great name.
He looks good out there.
Yeah.
Looks good out there.
I want to touch this with you real quick. I was looking up the other day over the rainy weekend. 29 guys right now, from my mathematics, have over a point a game.
That's insane.
Like, it used to be hard to be a point a game guy, no?
I mean, you look at it, it's like one guy on a team, one guy should have a point a game on your squad, unless you're just complete garbage.
Let me get my glasses here for this.
The year in Florida, Obi, I mean, this just goes to show. Me and Brad Boyce and Nick Bukestead, I remember, were all like neck and neck for team leads and points, and we had like 36.
Say that again. You, Bugie, and who?
Me, Bugie, and Brad Boyce.
You guys missed the playoffs that year, I take it, eh?
Big time. And, and UC Jokinen, we all had it was a bloodbath of a year offensively. We were just playing a lot of D, I guess. But
I know the feeling.
No, man, we were like neck and neck, and I think Bugie or maybe Brad Boyce late in the season snuck it out, but we didn't even have 40 points. That's not even 0.5 points a game. That's my math.
Yeah, look at this. Jack Hughes, 45 and 32. There's more than this. I screwed this up. Zach Hyman, 45 and 41.
Yeah, I was going to say, it seems low.
Hedman, 45 and 45, 32. Chucky, Jack Eichel had 44. So it goes down to about 31, 32.
Okay.
Trocheck, 44 and 46. No, Tim Stutzel, 43 and 42. So it's even more than 29 guys. but I'm just saying,
that's great.
A point a game.
That's a lot. It's good seasons.
Are they, listen, we get it. Like, they changed the rules to make it easy, for more goal scoring. But these guys are so talented too, right?
They sure are.
They're so talented. Like, a point a game, if you were a point a game guy in the NHL when we played, that was legit. And these guys are all legit too. But it seems like a lot to me, Updog.
I hear you.
Milk carton time, fella. Real quick, I was going to take this off, but I'm going to leave it on. Last week, I believe it was Thursday night, the old Saddle Dome, the half the place is Leafs fans. It's Flames, Leafs, and it was just a no-hitter. Kadri had one hit in the corner, and I think McCabe had one hit but I'm talking more from the Flames perspective. You got all those Leafs fans in your building? Come on, man. Play with a little piss and vinegar out there. I don't know. I just thought.
The score of the game?
The Leafs beat them, I believe, 5-3 or 4-3.
Oh, Matthews had a hattie, did he not?
I mean, he has a hattie every night.
Every other night, yeah.
the fact that I miss those games. Everyone that played in the NHL misses the, going through Canada, Western Coast swing. I mean, those games were great. How do you not get up? How do you not get up and play the Leafs?
I was on the couch. I'm like, they do an interview with Kadri before the game. He's like, we're gonna send some home. We're gonna send some fans home. Toronto fans home disappointed. I'm like, this is gonna be a great game. They're gonna come out absolutely buzzing. Leafs won 4-3. Kadri set the tone, hammered. I believe it might have been McCabe in the corner too. But other than that, there just wasn't much emotion in a game that I thought, Uppy, the fans were waiting for something to happen, right? Everyone's drinking. It's Thursday night in Cowtown. Everyone's going to Cowboys after the game.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Get some fights in the crowd.
Like, there should have been a 2-minute incidentals right away.
Yeah.
Like, unbelievable. So I was a little disappointed about that. But here's my official milk carton. And I've wanted to wait to put this guy in the milk carton because it's tough. When you go to new teams, although with this contract, it should have made life a little bit easier. But I don't think people realize out there, like, it's hard, right? You go to a new team.
Yeah.
You got to find a new place to live, new way to the rink, new travel schedule, new people in the front office. It's a bit of an adjustment period. So I wanted to give this guy credit.
First-class problems here we're talking about big time. But
well, the honeymoon phase is over for
over.
Pierre-Luc Dubois.
Yep.
I didn't think they needed to make this trade. I love Rob Blake. I love Jarrett Stoll. I love everything that the LA Kings do because, A, they bring in guys that have been there, and they reward guys that won cups there, and they live in El Segundo. They got a great practice facility. It's a great organization. And you had Kopitar and Philip Deneau. I'm like, what do you need Pierre-Luc Dubois for? You need a third big fucking
Save
centerman?
it for Matthews. Yeah. Save it for a big splash when McDavid's up, or – do you just risk a couple seasons and save the cash, Obes?
I don't know, but I'll tell you what. And he's out there wearing this tinted visor last night. I'm like losing my mind. This guy's wearing a tinted visor. He's 6'4". He didn't touch a person. He didn't hit anyone. He didn't do a thing. All he did was he had a tip in the third period at the post. Other than that, fumbling the puck through the neutral zone. I'm like, this guy's making how much?
Yeah.
Like, let's go here. Let me get my
making?
glasses.
8.5?
Hold on.
Get those Kits glasses on, bud. They look good on you. Yeah. Shout out, Kits.
Give me 1 second. I don't know exactly his deal. I know it's too much, though. Cap friendly Kings. It just came up like that. Wow. Must have heard me, ups. Pierre-Luc Dubois, 8.5 bananas.
Did I say that? I did say that, right?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think it's even longer than that. But 8.5 bananas. Listen, they bring you in here to be the guy that's supposed to take them over the hump.
Yep.
I watched the Kings play last night. They lost to the Sharks. Now they got goal. David Riddick was their goalie.
Did you take that game or no?
I had him in a parlay. That fucked me.
Yeah.
David Riddick's their goalie. Now, you might have wanted to take some of that money from Pierre-Luc Dubois and got a goalie. I know Cam Talbot's having an all-star year. Anyways, he's on the milk carton. I just thought it was a trade. And shout out to Kevin Shoveldayoff. I mean, what a trade. Velarde's absolutely lighting it up.
Yep.
Iafallo's a great player. I don't know. I just think this guy's got to give his balls a tug, so he's on the milk carton Updog. And then bringing a guy off the milk carton, Logan Couture. Played his second game last night. He hammered Fiala right in front of the net. It was unbelievable because Logan Couture's got some old school.
I know he does. He
great.
Played some hard hockey in his day, man.
Yeah, man.
Very
Stanley
underrated
Cup
player because he's been in San Jose, and you don't think about him, but he's been good, man. Hell of a playoff player and performer and good leader. And yeah, what did he do?
He played great, man. He played great. He's wearing the C for them. I guess where I'm going with this is, what do you do with Logan Couture? He's got 1, 2, 3, 4 more years at $8 million. He's 34 years old.
He's kind of like Tavares, right?
Tavares is making 11. He's got 1 more year left. But it's just something that I thought, if you're Mike Greer in the San Jose Sharks, like, I don't know, he's an asset, but at 34 with 4 more years at 8, I don't know. It's good to see him back. Like you said, he's played some hard hockey. He's a good guy. I thought they played harder last night just having him in there.
Yep.
I think they realized as the game went on that LA was kind of, they had some chances in the first, but they were kind of let them hang in there. And then I thought Couture really got them going. So it's good to see him back, take him off the milk carton. Personally, I would like to see Mike Greer move him. I think he deserves a chance to go win a Stanley Cup. He's done a great job with the San Jose Sharks, but I think he deserves a little,
I would agree.
Get up there and go. So
he's been they've kept, you look at San Jose and the Patty Marlowe's and the Thorntons and, this Vlasic, for example, they've kept these guys there for a long time, like into their like kind of over the hill type situation.
So who knows? I mean, it'll be up to him. I'm sure he's got a no move, right?
He's going to be all right in a couple of years when the cap goes up. But, like, let's say in a couple of years he's 36. I don't know. He's just a playoff guy, like you said.
Yeah.
He's a playoff guy. So, Updog, head to the desert for some golf, bud.
You are, yeah.
No, we
I'll
are.
meet you
We
out
are.
Thursday. You're going tomorrow, I wish.
Yeah.
Playing a little Oak Creek with Big Guy.
Yeah, there you go. Good
It's
turkey
not
sando.
Listen, I'd go out there. If I wasn't leaving on this fella tour for the next 2 weeks and going to miss my kids, they're going to miss old daddy, I'd be right there with you.
I can't wait for the desert, man. I don't know if anyone, those snowbirds up there out in Western Canada, I'm sure you come down here, but if you're looking for a little getaway, come down to Palm Springs, Palm Desert. Did you happen to see the American Express Championship? The amateur from Alabama won it.
Yeah.
I mean, he made a 6-footer left center. Like it was just, dude.
To win
By
one shot.
First amateur to win since Phil Mickelson, 91.
Oh, good for him. I did hear on Saturday he shot a 60, 61, I think.
Justin Thomas shot 60 at the Pete Dye Stadium course there in La Quinta. Wow. What a track. I mean, desert golf's the best, right? You don't get a bad lie. It's awesome. So looking forward to it. Shout out to Benny Mac, the Mac Attack, taking us out there. Updog, always fun catching up with you. Great time of year. All-Star game right around the corner. And then after All-Star break, Updog, as we know, it turns up, right? You look at the standings, it's go time, baby. These games are going to start meeting more. I can't wait.
The dog days are over, fella.
Yeah, the first half of the season, and even as a media guy, it's like, it sucks kind of, eh?
No, I know.
But as a player, you got to get off to a good enough start that you're not done by this time of year. But it's ramping up here, Uppy. I'm excited to break it down with you, buddy. But I'm more excited for a fellow tour. So, Uppy, thank you. Morgan, Kyle, Max, Hall Pass Media, thank you. That was Missin Curfew.
Fella.